Water is one of the most common elements on Earth, covering over 70% of the planet. But not all water bodies are created equal. Some lakes change colors, others hide deadly secrets, and a few are so extreme that nothing can survive in them. Join me as we dive into 10 of the strangest bodies of water you won't believe exist. The hot tub of despair, Gulf of Mexico. Deep in the Gulf of Mexico lies a deadly brine pool ominously called the hot tub of despair. At over 3,300 feet beneath the ocean surface, this toxic underwater lake is 5 times salter than normal seawater, creating a thick, deadly brine that doesn't mix with the surrounding ocean. Any marine life that ventures into this supersaline pool is instantly doomed, preserved in a bizarre underwater graveyard. Scientists have found crabs, fish, and even sharks that have succumbed to its deadly embrace. The high salinity forms a dense, unmixed layer, much like oil sitting atop water, making the hot tub appear as a separate entity despite being underwater. Unlike typical deep-sea habitats, the hot tub of despair harbors extremophile bacteria that thrive in extreme conditions, feeding on methane and sulfur-rich compounds. The pool is also a valuable site for scientific research, as it provides clues about how life might survive in extraterrestrial oceans, such as those on Jupiter's moon Europa. Researchers have even likened it to alien environments due to its unique composition and ability to support strange, extremophilic organisms. However, for larger marine creatures, it remains a death trap. The lethal effects of the brine are so powerful that marine life often succumbs within minutes upon entry. If you ever thought about taking a dip in an ocean jacuzzi, this is one you definitely want to avoid. Lake Nyos, Cameroon. Lake Nyos looks like a peaceful crater lake nestled in the hills of Cameroon, but it hides a terrifying secret. This lake sits above a volcanic vent, allowing carbon dioxide to slowly dissolve into the water over time. In 1986, the lake suddenly released a massive cloud of CO2, suffocating over 1,700 people in nearby villages. Known as a limnic eruption, this deadly event was one of the strangest natural disasters in history. Limnic eruptions occur when carbon dioxide builds up in the depths of a lake, forming a pressurized, invisible death trap. When a disturbance, such as an earthquake, landslide, or heavy rainfall, disrupts the stratification, the gas is rapidly released, forming a deadly cloud that spreads silently and swiftly. The CO2 is heavier than air, causing it to hug the ground and displace oxygen, effectively suffocating all living beings in its path. Survivors described an eerie silence followed by unconsciousness as the gas overwhelmed them. Following the catastrophe, scientists worked to prevent another eruption by installing degassing tubes, which continuously vent CO2 from the lake's depths. While this has significantly reduced the risk of another disaster, Lake Nyos remains a ticking time bomb. Its position in a volcanic region means that CO2 can still accumulate, and future eruptions cannot be entirely ruled out. For the villagers who once called the surrounding region home, the lake remains a haunting reminder of nature's hidden dangers. Pitch Lake, Trinidad. Imagine a lake that you can walk on. Pitch Lake in Trinidad is the largest natural asphalt deposit in the world. Spanning over 100 acres, this bubbling black lake is filled with tar that has been used for road paving worldwide. Despite its eerie appearance, microbial life thrives here, proving that life can exist in even the most extreme conditions. The surface of the lake constantly shifts, swallowing objects and even entire trees over time. Pitch Lake formed due to deep-seated petroleum deposits rising to the surface through cracks in the Earth's crust. Over thousands of years, lighter hydrocarbons evaporated, leaving behind a dense, sticky mixture of bitumen and tar. Unlike other lakes, which flow with liquid water, Pitch Lake is an ever-changing solid-liquid hybrid that can support the weight of a person in some areas, while other sections remain dangerously soft. Tourists visiting the lake can walk on certain sections, experiencing the bizarre sensation of standing on a moving, sticky surface. Surprisingly, life thrives in this inhospitable environment. Extremophile bacteria feed on hydrocarbons, breaking down the tar and releasing gases as byproducts. This has intrigued astrobiologists, as it suggests that life could potentially survive on hydrocarbon-rich celestial bodies like Saturn's moon Titan. Despite its scientific importance, Pitch Lake has also been a vital economic resource, with its asphalt being exported to pave roads worldwide. Whether viewed as a scientific wonder, an industrial asset, or a geological oddity, Pitch Lake remains one of Earth's most surreal natural formations. Jellyfish Lake, Palau. Imagine swimming with millions of jellyfish. Jellyfish Lake in Palau is home to golden jellyfish that have evolved in complete isolation for thousands of years. With no natural predators, they have lost their ability to sting, making it one of the only places in the world where you can safely swim alongside these mesmerizing creatures. However, diving too deep is risky due to toxic hydrogen sulfide in the lower layers of the lake. Jellyfish Lake, located on Almak Island, is part of Palau's Rock Islands and has been isolated for over 12,000 years. The golden jellyfish follow a unique migration pattern, moving with the sun across the lake's surface to maximize photosynthesis for their symbiotic algae. The lake's composition is unusual, featuring a sharp stratification with a layer of hydrogen sulfide at the bottom, making deep diving hazardous for humans. Tourists are allowed to snorkel, but scuba diving is prohibited due to the risks associated with the poisonous gases and the sensitive ecosystem. Scientists study the jellyfish's adaptation and symbiotic relationship with algae, offering insights into marine biology and evolutionary processes. However, climate change and occasional droughts have threatened the delicate balance of this unique habitat. Despite these challenges, Jellyfish Lake remains one of the most surreal and sought-after destinations for adventurous travelers and nature enthusiasts alike. Boiling River, Peru. Deep in the Amazon rainforest flows the Shunadimpishka, also known as the Boiling River. Unlike most hot springs, this river maintains temperatures between 113 degrees Fahrenheit to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to cook animals alive. Scientists were puzzled by how such a river could exist so far from volcanic activity until discovering underground geothermal vents feeding its heat. Indigenous tribes consider the river sacred and use its steaming waters for rituals and medicine. Stretching about 4 miles in length, the Boiling River winds through the jungle, surrounded by dense vegetation and wildlife. Local legend says the river was created by the spirit of a giant serpent known as Yakamama, which is revered by indigenous people as the mother of the waters. Scientific studies later revealed that geothermal activity, rather than volcanic influence, is responsible for the river's extreme heat. The water is so hot in some sections that small animals or birds that accidentally fall in are instantly cooked. Steam rises from the river's surface, giving it a mystical appearance. Despite the extreme temperatures, certain heat-resistant bacteria thrive in these conditions, providing researchers with valuable insights into extremophiles, organisms that survive in extreme environments. Visiting the Boiling River requires a challenging trek through remote Amazonian terrain, but those who reach it are rewarded with a natural wonder that defies expectations. It remains a sacred place for indigenous communities who use the mineral-rich waters for healing purposes and traditional ceremonies. The Devil's Kettle, Minnesota, USA. A river that disappears into a hole? That's exactly what happens at Devil's Kettle in Minnesota's Judge C.R. Magny State Park. The Brule River splits into 2 waterfalls. One continues downstream, while the other vanishes into a deep hole. For years, scientists and adventurers dropped objects into the hole, only to never see them resurface. Recent studies suggest that the water simply rejoins the river underground, but the exact mechanics remain a mystery. Located near Lake Superior, Devil's Kettle has been a geological enigma for decades. Scientists attempted to track where the disappearing water flows by dropping dye, ping-pong balls, and even logs into the hole, only to find that nothing ever surfaced. This fueled wild theories that the water traveled through underground tunnels, an unknown cavern system, or even an undiscovered underground lake. However, recent research using water volume measurements indicates that the lost water does, in fact, rejoin the Brule River downstream. The process, while not yet fully understood, suggests that the water follows a subterranean route through cracks and porous rock formations before resurfacing. Despite this explanation, Devil's Kettle still remains a fascinating mystery that continues to attract hikers, scientists, and thrill seekers alike. The picturesque waterfall and the unsolved questions surrounding it make it one of Minnesota's most intriguing natural wonders. Rio Hamza, Brazil. Did you know the Amazon River has a secret twin? Deep underground, the Rio Hamza flows almost parallel to the Amazon, but at a much slower pace. Stretching over 3,700 miles, this hidden river is wider than its surface counterpart but barely moves, flowing only a few feet per year. Scientists believe it plays a crucial role in sustaining the Amazon basin's unique ecosystem. Discovered in 2011 by a team of Brazilian scientists, Rio Hamza was identified using boreholes drilled by the Petrobras oil company. Unlike the fast-moving Amazon, Rio Hamza moves at a glacial pace, traveling only a few feet per year due to the high pressure and permeability of the sedimentary rocks through which it flows. The underground river plays a major role in maintaining groundwater levels in the Amazon rainforest, influencing the water table and possibly even affecting regional climate patterns. While its presence remains largely theoretical and difficult to study directly, researchers suggest that Rio Hamza is an ancient waterway that has been shaping the Amazon basin for millions of years. If confirmed, its size and impact could rival some of the largest underground rivers in the world. Lake Baikal, Russia. Lake Baikal is the oldest and deepest freshwater lake on Earth. Holding 22% of the world's freshwater, this massive Siberian lake is home to the Baikal seal, the only freshwater seal species. In winter, its frozen surface turns into a stunning landscape of cracked turquoise ice, making it one of the most breathtaking natural wonders in the world. Formed over 25 million years ago, Lake Baikal is one of the clearest and most pristine bodies of water on Earth. With depths reaching 5,387 feet, it is deeper than any other freshwater lake. Its isolation and depth have allowed for the evolution of thousands of unique species, many of which are found nowhere else in the world. During winter, temperatures plummet to extreme lows, causing the surface of the lake to freeze into a thick sheet of ice. The clarity of the ice allows for incredible visibility, creating surreal, otherworldly landscapes. Scientists have long been fascinated by Baikal's ecosystem, which includes methane seeps at the bottom of the lake, producing bizarre ice rings visible from space. Whether viewed in the summer with its sparkling waters or in winter with its frozen expanse, Lake Baikal remains one of the planet's most remarkable natural phenomena. Cano Cristales, Colombia. The river of five colors, Cano Cristales, turns into a dazzling rainbow of red, yellow, green, and blue every year. This natural phenomenon is caused by the blooming of Macarinia clavidura, an aquatic plant that thrives in the river's clear waters. The result is one of the most beautiful rivers on Earth. Cano Cristales flows through the Serranía de la Macarena National Park, a remote and ecologically rich region of Colombia. During the rainy season, when water levels rise too high, the plant remains hidden beneath the currents. Conversely, in the dry season, the water is too low to sustain it. But for a brief period between September and November, when conditions are just right, the river transforms into a breathtaking display of color. The river's unique colors are caused by the interaction between the Macarinia clavidura plant and the mineral-rich waters. Unlike algae or moss, this plant thrives only in specific conditions, making Cano Cristales a rare and fragile natural wonder. Tourists must take extra precautions to preserve its delicate ecosystem, as increased foot traffic poses a threat to the river's future. Lake Manicouagan, Canada. Lake Manicouagan, also known as the Eye of Quebec, is a perfectly circular reservoir formed by an ancient meteor impact. Spanning over 750 square miles, this lake is one of the largest impact craters on Earth and can even be seen from space. The crater was created approximately 214 million years ago when a 3-mile-wide asteroid collided with what is now Quebec, Canada. The impact released an immense amount of energy, leading to the formation of a massive depression that was later reshaped by erosion and glacial activity over millions of years. Today, the nearly perfect circular lake remains as a reminder of this cataclysmic event, making it a unique geological landmark. Lake Manicouagan now serves as a crucial hydroelectric reservoir, generating power for much of the surrounding region. The central island, known as Renelevasur Island, rises dramatically from the water and is often referred to as the eye of the crater, adding to the lake's distinctive appearance. The island is a protected ecological zone and home to diverse wildlife. Scientists and geologists frequently study the lake due to its well-preserved impact structure, which provides valuable insights into planetary geology and the effects of asteroid collisions. Whether admired from space or explored from the ground, Lake Manicouagan stands as one of the most remarkable natural formations on Earth. The acid lake of Kawah Ijen, Indonesia. Kawah Ijen's crater lake is the most acidic lake in the world, with a pH close to 0. The volcanic gases mix with the water, creating a surreal turquoise color that hides its deadly nature. The surrounding area is known for its eerie blue flames caused by ignited sulfuric gas emissions. The lake is part of the Ijen volcanic complex, which is still active, continuously releasing sulfurous gases that dissolve in the lake's water, turning it highly acidic. With its extreme chemical composition, the lake is completely inhospitable to aquatic life, making it one of the harshest environments on the planet. One of the most striking aspects of Kawah Ijen is the presence of sulfur miners, who brave the toxic fumes to extract bright yellow sulfur deposits from the crater. Carrying loads of up to 150 pounds on their backs, these miners work under incredibly harsh conditions, making this one of the most challenging and dangerous jobs in the world. At night, the volcano takes on an even more surreal appearance, as ignited sulfuric gas emissions produce a rare natural phenomenon called blue fire. The eerie glow, visible only in a few places on Earth, adds to the lake's otherworldly charm. While breathtakingly beautiful, Kawah Ijen is a testament to the raw power of nature and the extremes in which life struggles to exist. Lake Regia, Italy. Beneath the waters of Lake Regia lies a ghost village. This artificial lake was created by flooding the town of Curon in 1950. Today, only a lone bell tower remains above the water, creating a hauntingly beautiful scene. The creation of the lake was part of a hydroelectric project designed to generate power by merging two smaller natural lakes into one larger reservoir. Unfortunately, this decision meant that the entire village of Curon had to be evacuated, with more than 160 homes and 1,290 acres of land submerged beneath the water. Despite the village being lost beneath the lake's surface, one striking remnant remains: the 14th-century church bell tower, which eerily protrudes from the water. This haunting landmark has become a famous tourist attraction, drawing visitors who marvel at its surreal and ghostly presence. In winter, when the lake freezes, people can walk right up to the tower, adding to the mysterious charm of the location. Legends persist that on quiet days, the bells of the submerged church can still be heard ringing, even though they were removed before the town was flooded. Lake Regia remains an intriguing blend of history and mystery, standing as a silent reminder of a lost village hidden beneath its depths. The Salton Sea, California, USA. Created by accident, the Salton Sea is now one of the most polluted lakes in America. Its high salinity and toxic runoff have led to massive fish die-offs and eerie abandoned shores, making it an environmental catastrophe. The Salton Sea was formed in 1905 when an engineering mistake diverted the Colorado River into the low-lying Salton Basin. Initially seen as a miracle in the desert, it became a thriving resort destination in the mid-20th century, attracting tourists, fishermen, and celebrities to its shores. However, the lake had no natural outlets, meaning water evaporated over time, increasing the salinity and concentrating pollutants from agricultural runoff. As the salt levels rose, the once thriving ecosystem collapsed. Massive fish die-offs created an overpowering stench, and the resorts that once flourished were abandoned, leaving behind eerie, desolate landscapes. The lake's receding waters have exposed toxic dust, creating serious health hazards for nearby communities due to airborne pollutants. Today, the Salton Sea stands as both a cautionary tale and a focus of environmental efforts to restore some of its lost vitality. Scientists and conservationists are working to find solutions, but the lake continues to shrink, posing ongoing challenges. Once a desert paradise, the Salton Sea has become an apocalyptic landscape, illustrating the unintended consequences of human interference with nature. Which of these bizarre water bodies fascinated you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more amazing discoveries.